What's hood with you? This is Opinionated 3000. I'm your host, Mr. Opinionated. Let's jump right in and see what they got cooking.
Woodland Hills, Los Angeles resident, 54-year-old
LA.
Russell Wolf is driving to brunch. And at first, he doesn't think anything of the guy in the white shirt walking his dog. But then he's shocked by what he witnesses.
Dude having a temper tantrum.
A neighbor he's never seen before vandalizes a local fruit stand. So he goes after the aggressor to investigate.
What do you want?
That's an illegal business in my neighborhood. I told them repeatedly to get the out of my
Then
neighborhood.
you call the police.
I did. They didn't do anything. They're selling stolen fruit.
What's your name?
How he know it's stolen and he never
2 days later,
saw him in
when
the
Russell is
neighborhood
buying
before.
fruit from the stand with another local named Leslie, the irate neighbor returns, so Russell starts recording again.
I think the strawberries look beautiful.
They might be beautiful, but they're stolen. He has to have receipts to prove that they're not stolen. That's the law. He has no business permit.
If
Let me finish.
If my kid wants to put a lemonade stand here, are you going to call him names?
That's different.
You're a bully.
No.
He's 100% foul. So if her little white kids want to put a lemonade stand, then that's different. That's okay. That's, hey, got this going for him. So I guess that's cool. That's foul as hell. And this man just assuming, oh, it's stolen. He never even saw it there before a couple of days ago. But just off top, it's got to be stolen. This fruit will try to rape white women and all kind of other goofy shit.
You're an idiot.
Russell has seen a fruit stand on this corner for the last 6 months. And he's not sure whether the owner has a legal street vending permit.
He don't even know.
But he is concerned by the aggressive attitude of his neighbor.
Tomorrow I'm going to spray WD-40 over all this.
Oh, come
Now
on.
then that's
Who
vandalism.
are you? This is our neighborhood.
It's my neighborhood, and I'm not going to tolerate this. You don't know what the you're talking about, bitch. I'm not talking to
You
you.
calling me what?
I'm telling you.
Shut up, bitch. Dude is like a bully or something. He's definitely on one.
Bitch.
Yeah,
You're a
what
fool.
are you going to do about it?
I'm telling you, I'm talking to him. Where are the receipts?
Shut up,
Where's
bitch.
your business permit?
By now, this neighbor rager is attracting attention.
Where's your health and
Howard.
safety? You.
But this seems to incense him even more.
You know what? If we put up with this, next thing you know, you're going to have a Tijuana whore behind the church.
Did you
And
really
then over
say
that,
that?
you're going to have a fentanyl dealer on that street corner, okay? It's called broken windows.
You are.
Yes.
You're absolutely a racist.
You're a fool.
Realizing he is not winning anyone over, the neighbor in purple decides to retreat, but not before he threatens to call the police.
And this man probably married, got a wife that's putting up with Lord knows what. It seemed like anytime people are this like aggressive for things that they shouldn't even be involved in, I just automatically assume they beat their wife. Like she can't even have an opinion about nothing. Everything that go down in their household has to go through him.
So call the police.
Get to the police and then show us through the law.
To show you anything, do your
Oh, I did, and I know who you are.
And soon, the neighborhood learns not only who he is, but where he lives.
I guarantee they finna have a party in front of his house. I love it when that happens. I know that that's supposed to be like illegal to dox somebody and tell people where people live and everything. But I love to see it when it happens though. You look out in the front and it'd be like 10,000 people out there, like for like 2-3 days straight. You ain't getting no sleep. But that's what you get though.
And a couple of weeks later, Russell,
It's
Leslie,
small.
and dozens of other neighbors surprise him
But they
with a
out there.
protest rally outside his house.
You're acting like a child.
And he reacts poorly.
Look at him.
Man, it's all story.
Spraying people with a hose is considered to be a criminal offense.
Yeah, that's like a.
We know
aggravated
you're
assault.
hovering over that button, but we need your help. We have a better button, we promise. Right on.
So
Time
the
to pay the
police
bills.
arrive, and he's arrested and charged with battery.
That's what's up.
Despite all the local support, the fruit seller, Tomas, decides to move to another neighborhood where he's selling his goods hassle-free.
Yeah, because he's literally putting his life in jeopardy. When somebody got that strong of opinions against you for no other reason than you're not the same color as they are, whether it's black, white. I'm not just saying that it's only white people that's racist. We be racist too. Talk to an old ass black man and see what his opinions are. I think like 70 is the cutoff. Once you over 70, it's a wrap. Like straight up, you have zero filter. Uh-oh.
I have a question. When y'all got out of the car the other day,
Oh, I remember
and the old
seeing
man
this.
was right here, why was y'all being rude? Because that right there made him cry all night,
She
Rude
want
about
all
what?
the smoke.
laughing at him.
About what?
I don't know. Y'all were sitting, your old lady was sitting right here staring at him, and so were y'all's friends, and y'all were cracking up. When you came out, you looked at him too.
Oh, no.
Look how
we
she
just
moved
got
it.
back.
I don't
hurt his
answer no
feelings.
stupid question.
Look how she just like and then anybody that argue and they standing with this posture, they ready for it. But just the way she moving around, you know that she's had some meth in her life kind of recently. Like 5 minutes before this video. it's still on her breath.
That's not stupid. I'm just asking.
I promise you that every day I come out here from now on, I'm going to make fun of you.
Well,
I don't
just like I'm
care.
going to do you.
I don't care if you sit over there and cry yourself to sleep
Oh,
every
well,
night.
you don't have to.
But if
because
you
know
don't
what?
break your
What is she study
over there,
grabbing at?
I want you to put me out. I want you to do it.
Yeah.
We can't put you in jail.
I know we
Go to
can't.
hell, you
Uh-oh.
son of a-
get the
She got a
hell out of this
cosigner.
yard.
Put me out. Start.
You're gonna
You do something.
put your
If it's not already painfully obvious, these neighbors have a long history of dislike for each other.
Mhm.
get the out of the yard.
Man, there's nothing worse than not getting along with your neighbors. Every time you leave your damn house, it's awkward. Y'all gotta ride by each other. Not that I've experienced that, but probably once or twice in life. But yeah, that's just an awkward situation. Now I got like I don't like deal with neighbors like that kind of policy. I'll wave, say hi, and keep it pushing.
Get the out of here.
Put your hands on me.
Come on. Come on.
Having failed to talk his neighbor off his property, the homeowner tries a different approach.
Yep. Get her. Oh shit.
Stop! Oh my God! Stop! Stop! Babe, please
Mm.
come here. Just stop.
Oh, really?
Everybody messing around.
Go.
While it's not clear what started this particular fight, or what happened after,
We don't know who started it, but we know who finished it. I remember seeing this video like a couple years ago. I don't remember them actually like rolling around on the ground. Looked like they like was literally throwing hands. But yeah, he finished that perfect. What do you do when you trying to fight somebody and they start spraying you with a water hose?
one thing is certain. This altercation could have been avoided if they had a nice big fence between their yards.
Yeah, you get sprayed with a hose. That's an automatic L.
It's a quiet afternoon in a subdivision of Las Vegas. This homeowner and her neighbors have just noticed a dog walking off leash in the street.
I got him.
She calls the wandering pit bull over, and he seems friendly enough.
It's not mine.
Man, I love pit bulls, but you don't know what this dog's been through. And they say it's not a bad dog, it's a bad owner. But that dog could have had a bad owner and like mess up your whole entire understanding. I love pit bulls though. It's just something about how they look, and they like real loyal. They're good with kids. It's just some people get it for the wrong reason, and they want them to be like fighting dogs. Excuse me. I had a homeboy who he wanted his dog to be literally like crazy, and we would always get on him, but he would lock his dog in the closet. So he would do like 3 days in the closet in the dark and 1 day out. So eventually he kind of like went crazy. But what do you expect when you're treating a dog like that? You can't even say that you're an animal lover if that's the kind of behavior you do with your dog, locking them in the closet. I heard of people feeding their dogs gunpowder because I guess the lead or whatever is in it is supposed to eat away at their brains. You can't say that you love that dog if that's how you treat it, though.
Her smaller dog, named Max, comes out to say hello with a customary dog butt sniff. Without warning, the pit bull snaps and tries to bite down on Max.
And look how people say that when the dog is wagging his tail, that means it's friendly. This dog is wagging his tail the whole time that he's trying to get at that little dog.
Named Max comes out to say hello with a customary dog butt sniff. Without warning, the pit bull snaps and tries to bite down on Max. The homeowner desperately tries to keep Max out of the pit bull's jaws, even putting herself at risk of being bitten.
I think Max would have been breakfast. I'm scared of dogs anyway, but I got a real healthy fear of pit bulls. Still love them, but you don't know how people raised them though. And I don't think I'm sticking my hand in between a pit bull trying to eat something anyway. I've seen just little bitty like chihuahuas bite at their owners because they try to like mess with their food while they eating. Dogs do not play that.
Max is less than half the attacking dog's size.
I'm glad he ain't trying to get at her.
Could prove to be fatal. Suddenly, a hero appears. A package delivery driver puts herself between the attacker and its victims, giving them an opening to run safely inside.
Man, they play too much.
Thanks to this delivery driver, Max and his owner escape with only minor cuts and scratches, proving that not all...
I was one of them kids, as soon as any loose dog ran up, I was on the hood of somebody's car. Fucking their car up. Like I was just standing on the hood of their car, still like doing a little cha-cha. Scared as hell.
All friendly neighborhood heroes wear capes. Some wear delivery vests.
You're a bad dog! I'm sorry?
You're a bad dog.
What are you trying to say? I can't throw away the trash?
You can't throw away your trash in our house.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Got a Karen.
The man filming is African.
White women got it bad now. Anytime we even remotely feel like they buttoning some shit that they ain't got nothing to do with, they just automatically labeled as Karen. Karen's got it bad. If your name is really Karen and you ain't like that, but if you like that a little bit, shoe fits. Walk around the block a couple times.
American, and he's lived in this development in Vero Beach, Florida for the past 6 months, caring for his elderly parents. He just wants to deposit his trash in the community bins, but his neighbor is having none of it.
What's your name and what are you doing?
Please, you're excused, ma'am. You're
work
harassing me?
Man, where does that sense of entitlement come from? Like they just feel like they run the neighborhood. It's always the Karens. And dude like Buddy that was spazzing on the street vendor. just something. You have to show me your permit. You have to do this. Show me your driver's license so I know where you live. That's a crazy sense of entitlement.
This is Florida, folks. Got a racist lady here.
That's a big mistake on your part.
Oh, okay. Why do you don't think I live here? Because of the way I look?
I was president of the Homeowners Association. Okay. And to my knowledge, I know everything.
If I'm stereotyping, which I definitely am, he sounds like a white man. I would have just swore off top this was a white dude.
Everybody who lives here.
Okay. You knew every single person in 42 buildings?
I can hear it now.
Where do you live?
Huh? Do you know every single person in 42 buildings, ma'am? Thank you very much. I rest my case.
I mean, we
I can
have
hear
this
it now.
happen all the time.
Right. I feel sorry for you. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you got a dash.
Have a good day.
And they always
Racist
get their
people are the
phone out
best.
too.
Look at her. She's trying to get in the way. She won't even let me go.
Yeah, they want you to get the fuck out their neighborhood, but then they don't let you go. Leave, but I'm gonna block you in.
My gosh. What is wrong with you? Are you serious? I can't even throw away my trash without getting harassed by you? Seriously? I have to go. I can't even believe this. Oh my gosh.
And when the cops come,
What are you doing?
guaranteed when the cops come, she's gonna be like hysterically in tears, like she's the victim and she's the person who was the only aggressor in this situation. Dude handled it like a champ. Like straight up.
I'm not leaving till I what? Fess up. About what? Throwing away the trash?
The astonished man looks for another way to exit, but there is none, and he has to circle back.
I cannot believe this.
But this
she's
neighbor
still
nightmare
there.
isn't over yet.
Ma'am, can you call the police for me, please? Can you call the police for me, please? Are you another one? Yes, I do. Don't worry about it. I don't need to prove to you guys that I live here.
What the hell?
Please.
Man?
No, you don't. I'm serious.
America, we got to do better. Just some random person come out their building and they on the exact same shit as she on, and they don't have proof or nothing that this man did anything at all wrong.
Where do you
I don't
live?
need to prove to you where I live. Where do you live?
Why did you not?
That's what I'm. Please ask her, ma'am. Why does she not think I live here? You guys are ganging up on me because I'm dark-skinned in the neighborhood and you don't know who I am.
I thought she was on her side.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I gotta say, if that's your only reason for you didn't recognize him, that's not a good reason.
Thank you.
People come in here all the time.
She's
Alright.
obstructing the highway.
So she's a good one.
This is her last opportunity.
I automatically put her in that in the Karen car, and she was definitely driving the car. She got that Karen bill too. Look at her.
Or else I will forego my day and press charges on you.
Okay, let's get this de-escalated. I am sorry.
Thank you.
See, I like the lady in red. She cool.
My gosh.
After this incident is reported to the Homeowners Association board, the woman is asked to step down, and the man's dad is invited to join, as Vero Beach strives to make all its residents
what's up.
feel at home. Henry
These
Grau
neighbors going
is a
at it.
computer support advisor who sees his neighbors more than most since he works from home.
The apartment complex that I live in here is in downtown Fort Lauderdale. I've lived here for about 5 years, and I know my neighbors pretty well.
Henry's apartment is next to the common courtyard on the left.
Was that his apartment? He got some serious security. What has this man been through?
I live in here is in downtown Fort Lauderdale. I've lived here for about 5 years, And I know my neighbors pretty well.
Henry's apartment is next to the common courtyard on the left, so he and his security cameras see more activity than other apartments set further back.
In October of 2019, we got two gentlemen that moved into the middle apartment right next door.
For the first few months, Henry's relationship with his neighbors goes well.
What happened?
Until the night of December 17th.
I'm sitting at home one evening, and I'm noticing some activity outside in the security camera.
Y'all got to excuse me.
There's no other way to describe it in any cleaner form, but it looked like he was kind of playing with himself in a way.
Oh, shit. We got a perv.
It made me very uneasy. I felt kind of like
lock his
I didn't
ass
have any
up.
privacy. All of a sudden, he just totally took away my freedom at that point because
I wonder if there's like more perverts and pedophiles now than there was before. We just have like more cameras out because it seemed like for whatever reason they coming out the woodwork and doing some creepy ass shit. This man standing in front of another man's apartment playing with himself.
I kept having to go check the windows.
For 6 nights after the incident, things are quiet. Until December 23rd at 7 p.m. when things escalate.
I thought, I wonder what's going on out there.
The neighbor is working in the courtyard garden right outside Henry's window. This time, Henry confronts them.
I went outside and I'm like, hey, thank you very much, but if you could just leave it alone. It's kind of creeping me out when there's somebody out here at all hours of the night. I came back inside, I noticed he was still out there. And I said, wow, this guy's not gonna stop. If it takes for you to leave my window alone by pulling out every last plant, I'll pull them out.
Henry decides the only way to keep his neighbors out of his garden is to have no garden at all.
What the hell is wrong with them? They're on drugs or alcohol.
After that, our relationship was started to deteriorate in a way that was quite shocking.
The more Henry tries to avoid both neighbors, the more they continue to harass him, including pounding his windows at random times throughout the day.
And there's nothing he can do about that.
Once they started getting aggressive where they were banging at that point, I felt, okay.
He's got proof that they're harassing him. He can literally get a restraining order and they can't live in their own place. I had this, I won't even say he was a homeboy. He was a co-worker. And he married this lady like 3 months after he met her. And he was, talking about how beautiful it was. And this was the love of his life. And literally like a month after they got married, everything went south. She started messing with her high school boyfriend. Now, they in their late 30s now, but she rekindled something with her high school boyfriend and gets a restraining order on her husband. Now, he's owned his house for over 10 years, but because she lived there, she got a restraining order on him. He said he didn't hit her, but come on. And I'm not laughing at the abuse part of it. I'm laughing at he said he didn't hit her, but he caught the man in the house. I'm sure ass whoopings was handed out. I'm just pretty sure of it. He denied it, but yeah. But anyway, so he got a restraining order. He owned a duplex. His brother lived upstairs. He couldn't visit his brother no more. Plus, his brother tells him that she moved dude in. And not only was dude living there, he was like a whole bum. This man is wearing dude's clothes. He had to talk his brother off the ledge because his brother wanted to do something to him, but he knew that she was already getting the police involved. So of course she was gonna, do something crazy, like get his brother locked up. But yeah, that was a foul situation. We would be working, and I just hear, and just out of nowhere he'll break down and start crying. So I'm at work, and me and him didn't really get along like that, but I still got to console him because he's, what do you do when a person's just crying right in your area, like 10 feet away from you? But I felt his pain, though. I really felt his pain. And he had to go through that for like 6 months. So it's like he went through it longer than the total time that he knew her. Like they had like 3 or 4 months of bliss and then 6 months of hell. And when she did finally move out, she took everything in the house and there was nothing he could do. They were legally married, so the house and all of that was legally hers. The laws is so messed up.
Hey, we gotta call the police.
Breaking and entering.
But it's the middle of the pandemic. The police are not readily available, and Henry's two neighbors are getting more and more aggressive.
Do not let them raise your rates. Now, I used to fall victim to outrageous and
it's scary as heck because we didn't have any help. It got to the point that I was actually afraid to stay here at night.
Now feeling trapped in his own home, Henry fears the rising tension with his neighbors could lead to a serious altercation. Or something much worse.
Why are you doing that?
Now he's breaking the window.
It got worse to the point that I was actually afraid to stay here at night. Having to have these cameras running 24/7, going back to the footage of the cameras.
Get away from his property. Get away from his property.
And usually, like out of certain situations, if there's two people, one of them will be the voice of reason. Like, we shouldn't mess with that dude. Just leave him alone. They got two people, both of them ignorant.
By spring, it looks like Henry's luck is changing.
We noticed that they started to pack up their things and leave. We were really excited. I was sitting here texting the neighbors, hey, guess who's moving out?
But Henry may have begun celebrating too soon.
I think it's something we don't know about, though. It seems like it might be some hidden animosity where he's not speaking about how close their relationship was. So he only giving us like half of the story. It seemed like it might be some messiness going on. That's what I think. It might have been a love triangle kind of thing.
Only a couple of days to move out, and then on their very last day, you can see them cutting the cable from one of the corners of the cameras. You see them throwing paint glass bottles at the door.
Man, I couldn't.
With the neighbors gone, Henry could finally let his guard down.
After they finally moved out, then I started to feel a little bit more at ease. So I said, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and take down the camera system. We left the one camera facing the courtyard. After I got everything down and felt everything was safe, the older gentleman showed up again one night.
I would have took it down.
He started to bang on the windows again.
What kind of see? This is what I'm saying. What kind of animosity could you have with just a neighbor? Y'all was cool, used to sit on the porch and chill together. How could it get that bad where he moves and still come back to harass him? I think it's something we don't know about.
And he actually broke it.
And looking at his haircut, I'm pretty sure there's something we don't know about. Look at that face. Would this be victim blaming? I don't think he had fault, but I think they had a certain arrangement that kind of went south. Look at that face. He was doing something extra. I'm pretty sure.
One night. He started banging on the windows again. He actually broke it. Cut his hand so bad that he was like dripping blood.
He left the blood on the window
again. He actually broke it. Cut his hand so bad that he was like dripping blood. He comes over to the door and he starts putting all his blood on the door. From that point forward, after that night, pulled the cameras back out, put them back up, and I've kept them there pretty much to this day.
Don't ever take them down.
They're still running.
Would that be enough for y'all to move if you had neighbors like that? Or would you tough it out like what he did? I think I would want to move. I don't like being like uncomfortable in my own house. Like your home is supposed to be your safe space. I think I would have moved. Or or snitched to the apartment managers. Something. One of us would have had to go though. I couldn't stay there like that.
And Henry has a message for his old neighbors if they should ever return.
I want them to know that I'm watching. The neighbors know what they look like. The police has a trespass warning on you. We're not going to allow anyone to come and terrorize us again.
I'm the one banging on your window. Why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep doing that?
I'm living in this really peaceful neighborhood. My house is incredibly special to me, especially having grown up very low income, to be able to get to the point where I was able to buy a home on my own. That's my cat.
After 5 happy years, a neighbor moves in.
All I'm really noticing is that he's home all the time.
And that's like a special kind of feeling when you grow up poor and then you start getting stuff on your own. It seemed like it just means a little bit more. I grew up a certain way, we'll say. But once I start, getting it on my own, like it is something about that makes you feel good. Like even if it ain't the nicest things, like getting a car that's 10 years old, but you got that car. It do make you feel a certain type of way.
If I was to describe him, I'd say he's just like a really rough looking average Joe. He had like a buzz cut. The only thing dividing property was a fence line that belonged to the neighbor. I mean, I would see him in his backyard and he would see me in mine, but I'm a fairly private person. Up until everything started getting weird, I don't even know if I said more than 2 words to this guy.
That's how you're supposed to play it.
One day, Serena sees something strange in her backyard. And from that day on, she starts making videos and sharing them online for support.
So I'm a little concerned right now. In fact, I'm shaking. I looked out my window and I see this and I'm like, I couldn't believe it. Put up this fence, he cut the wire and put this other one in that has access to my yard. Why? I'm legitimately scared. Why did he do this?
Serena is not exactly sure where her property line is.
It don't seem like that's a reason to be scared unless he's in your yard during times that he shouldn't be. But that would raise my awareness though.
Doesn't have her own fence. However, she decides not to confront the new neighbor as she's worried how he may react. But soon things get even more creepy.
I haven't been outside since I recorded that video hours ago. I did hear the neighbor outside earlier. I did not look outside. And gate's wide open.
Wouldn't it be better if a leather holster could lock?
You need one of those.
With limited carry options, responsible gun owners know the frustrations that come with
A roll of toilet paper. What? I'm documenting this gate being open. I am closing it, and I'm going to see if I have a lock.
With the gate being open, with that toilet paper roll there, I knew he must have come onto my property.
This was definitely very purposely
to take
open,
a shit and
did
hurry
not
up.
just magically fall open. I do happen to have a lock, so here we go.
I'm trying not to overreact, but at the same time, I am.
Instead of talking to this man, you went to social media, and if he would have saw it and he didn't have any ill intentions, that could have like provoked it. And then to put a lock on the gate, that is like passive aggressive as hell. It was time for a conversation. I don't think it was time for a lock though.
I'm concerned.
With the gate locked, Serena feels more secure. But later that night, she becomes aware of something outside on her back porch. And the only way onto her porch is through her backyard.
I don't keep my porch lights on. There's like no other lights on in the house. I'm in my room, and all of a sudden I hear my wind chimes. Like, it was not a windy night, breezy, nothing. They're very deliberately being like rung, which scares me. Like, my heart starts pounding because I just don't know what is going on or what to expect.
Serena goes to the door terrified of what may be outside.
But all those thoughts go through my head of like, I could be opening this to someone with a knife, a gun. I don't know what I'm opening this up to.
So she grabs her gun for safety and goes to the door, gripped with fear.
Just how she was talking, I wouldn't have thought she had a gun. Any woman living by herself should definitely have a gun. 100%. I mean, we live in some seriously trying times. It seems like I was saying before, it seems like the freak population has been multiplying. Like, it's everybody seem, not everybody, but a lot of people seem like they a little throwed. Like people just got crazier lately. Especially on the freak side of things.
What are you doing on my porch? Get off my porch. Get off my porch. You opened the gate onto my property.
It's my gate. You put a lock on it.
My property goes to your fence line. I'm not going to shoot you. Get off my property right now.
She handled that right.
Get off my property right now.
She handled it right.
You look like you already did. Stay off my property.
Yep, she was assertive.
I did feel good about the fact that I could get him off my property and that he left, but it was very short-lived because I knew this fight wasn't over.
In the next few weeks, Serena's neighbor continues to trespass on her property.
See, that's scary.
Will you please get off my property?
He's just chilling in the backyard.
Don't ever come on my property again.
Serena installs an 8-foot-high fence so her neighbor can't invade or even see into her backyard.
That's crazy.
But there's a gap in the fence between their properties that her neighbor is exploiting.
My crazy neighbor was coming through that gap, and that's how he was accessing my backyard so easily still.
She should have, the first time that he was just in the backyard like that, she should have immediately called the police, had that documented. So just in case something does happen and he come into the house and she got to actually use Itchy, at least, you know, it's everything is done decent and in order. You got all the paperwork you supposed to have. All your I's are dotted and T's are crossed.
Why are you on my property? Please get off my property. You've already had an official warning from the police.
So I put up a barrier to protect that. He kicked over that barrier.
Serena is terrified as
she's supposed to be terrified. I think he messing around. It's got to be something. It don't seem like it's alcohol now though. Each time you heard him talk, he spoke normally. You would think acting like this, you would have to be drunk as hell. So I'm lean towards the meth habit. Maybe with a little alcohol sprinkled on it though.
Her neighbor is carrying a stick.
That's when I called the police and he got an actual trespass charge. And the next night, he kicked in my front door in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
This time, the neighbor goes round the front of the house and kicks Serena's front door until it's damaged. Serena is sleeping, so she doesn't record the vandalism and only wakes up to see him running away. However, her mother, who is staying with Serena to make her daughter feel safer, films the aftermath.
There's no way to even lock it now?
No.
How do you feel safer with your mother being there? To me, that would have I would have been concerned about her safety. I wouldn't want a elderly woman because she don't look too young herself. I wouldn't want my elderly mother there. Now I got to worry about what he could possibly do to her. And I'm sure the young lady works, so mom might be there by herself. Yeah, I wouldn't have did that.
Wakes up to see him running away. However, her mother, who is staying with Serena to make her daughter feel safer, films the aftermath.
There's no way to even lock it now?
No.
Oh, great.
That was probably the scariest thing. 2:40 in the morning, and all of a sudden you just hear this shattering sound.
After this incident, the neighbor is arrested and charged with...
Is that a boxing glove? She's trying to do some self-defense.
And all of a sudden you just hear this shattering sound.
After this incident, the neighbor is arrested and charged with criminal mischief and assault. He's currently awaiting trial. Serena takes out a restraining order against her neighbor, so she's more confident he will not trespass again.
But man, restraining orders only work after the fact. After he did whatever it is that he wanted to do to you, then he can get locked up for it. That's restraining orders is not really being proactive though. You want to get ahead of that. And if cops would start locking these people up like way before they get to do what they really want to do. Because it seemed like they give them so many chances. And if you got a restraining order on somebody and they violate that order one time, there should be serious consequences, because you don't want it to get to the point where now somebody ain't with us no more.
My neighbor apparently thought that I would make an easy victim and an easy target, but he definitely chose incorrectly.
And to make doubly sure, she fixes the gaps in the fence.
I am a badass woman. I'm not going to lose what I have worked for so many years to someone like him.
That is what's up. Man, these neighbors acting a donkey.
Who doesn't love coming home to find a delivery van? With porch piracy on the rise, the only way to ensure your package is safely delivered, maybe if it's handed to you by the driver themselves. But looks can be deceiving.
That's bold as hell. You gonna pull into these folks' driveway, get the package handed to you. That is bold. And they probably do it a lot too. That's bold.
The delivery driver assumes the woman who just pulled into the driveway lives at this address. But it turns out this stranger is just posing as the homeowner.
Whether you need it or not, I highly recommend that you bring this vacuum cleaner back with you. This vacuum cleaner...
Damn, YouTube. I know that's how y'all pay folks, but that's like the fourth one. in one video. All right, now make me get a pop-up. Blocked. Denied.
And once the delivery van is out of sight, she absconds with the package. Porch pirates shadowing delivery trucks is a growing problem in neighborhoods throughout the country.
I heard that's getting bad.
These will follow the trucks, hanging back until a delivery is made, and then swooping in for the steal. This porch pirate, who's still at large, skips the porch altogether and just lets the package come to her.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all liked the video. I didn't want to do too much over 30 minutes, but we at 45 right now, so I think I'm going to kill it. Opinionated 3 stacks. Out.